Well, there's not much left here. There's 2 charred cars in the foundation of where the home stood. First responders say the flames were as high as the trees when they got here to rescue the couple. Well, as you can imagine, Jane, restaurant owners I spoke with are relieved the governor is giving them the green light to operate at full capacity. And now with this executive order, they are guaranteed no more closures will happen.
Let's send it over to Fox 4's Sandra.Rodriguez live now. Sandra, how crowded is it getting?
Well, there's dozens of people gathered here right now, spread across sidewalks. And yesterday there was also another Stop the Steal rally with over 100 protesters attending. Jane, I can tell you both mom and the baby are doing great, both recovering here at Cape Coral Hospital. People that live here tell me it's not strange to see this flooding here on Crescent Street, right by 5th Street, and it extends all the way down to 3rd Street. They say this is pretty usual when a storm like Ada impacts this area. Now, well, Jane, those people that plan to attend will need to arrive with tickets already in hand and have a mask on when they get to the gate where temperature checks will be taken. Now, I want you to take a look at what the seating arrangements are going to look like tonight. There will be designated sections on the stands for parents of football players, cheerleaders, and band players. Businesses here tell me they are not too concerned with Tropical Storm Laura, but that doesn't mean they're not keeping a close eye on it in case they need to act quickly to protect their business. Surprised is how Jim Levin says he felt watching the results come in for tonight's primary election. He tells me at the very least he thought it would be a much closer race. Well, Jane, today's rain did not stop a handful of volunteers from handing out 125 of these yard signs along busy roadways in Cape Coral, close to where Lauren DeMolo was last seen. Well, deputies say Gene Alexander is in good health and he was reunited with his family earlier today. A happy ending after being lost for several days. Well, this election has proven to be a nail-biter, with mail-in ballots still flowing in even after Election Day. But an FSW professor tells me there's nothing unusual with waiting this long for election results.
Here's our Sandra Rodriguez with the testimony that started off the afternoon. Very dramatic at that, right from the get-go, Sandra.
Exactly, and he caught a lot of us by surprise. We were not expecting him to come out this early on in the trial. During the Jimmy Rogers trial, he came on much later, but he took the stand today, and right away the prosecution asked him what role he played and what role Mark Sievers allegedly played. Take a listen.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Los saluda Sandra Rodríguez con su resumen semanal. ¿Qué harán las personas en situación de calle viviendo debajo del pabellón en Centennial Park? Esa es la pregunta que muchos están haciendo y la que le hemos estado preguntando a los líderes del condado de Lee y de la ciudad de Fort Myers. El distrito escolar del condado de Collier le dio un reconocimiento muy especial a varias personas quienes recientemente fueron honradas con un Florida Exemplary Migrant Education Award.
Quizá aún se puede ver mucha actividad policíaca aquí en Somerton. Me voy a hacer aquí a un lado para que puedan ver un poquito más de cerca. Que han resuelto las acusaciones de reclamos falsos que hizo la compañía Benevis LLC y 130 de las clínicas dentales Cusmiles. La área en donde el muro está siendo reemplazado es en donde han sucedido más agresiones hacia los agentes del sector del centro. Patrick, the defense presented a postcard from Mark Sievers' daughters where they said they did not want their father to be killed. And while the judge said he would take this into consideration, he ultimately ended up agreeing with the jury's recommendation.
It's the order of the court that she be sentenced to death, sir.
Today, Mark Sievers sat stone-faced as he learned his fate. Last month, a jury found Sievers guilty of first-degree murder for orchestrating Dr. Teresa Sievers' murder in 2015.
Our girls have tragically lost their mommy, and now they're about to lose their daddy as well.
Mark Sievers addressing the court today for the first time, pleading for a life sentence, saying he cannot feel remorse for something he did not do. In a press conference following the sentencing, Teresa Sievers' family emotionally said it's been a long 4.5 years waiting for this day.
Our focus now is to go on to take care of the girls.
Teresa Sievers' mother, Marianne Groves, said her modern-day Mother Teresa would still be helping others from up above.
I always called her that because she always was trying to help people. She put everybody before herself.
The amount of lives that she touched is incredible. She was 10 pounds of dynamite in a 5-pound bag.
Teresa Seaver's brother says they do feel empathy for Mark Seaver's family as they are not to blame. And during today's sentencing, he shared a hug with Mark Seaver's mother, Bonnie Seavers. Mark Seavers has 30 days to file an appeal. Live at the Lee County Justice Center, Sandra.Rodriguez, Fox 4, in your corner.
When do you want it?
A community left with many questions on what exactly unfolded Thursday morning after a Collier County deputy fatally shot 37-year-old Nicolas Morales Besania, an Immokalee farm worker and father of a 13-year-old boy.
Un hombre pacífico, un hombre trabajador.
He was a peaceful man, a hard worker who took care of his son. He was a widow, said Yola Martinez, a close friend of Morales. According to the Collier County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to a disturbance call in Immokalee's farm worker village at around 1 in the morning Thursday.
He saw the front door.
Yes, and he keeps yelling for us to open the door. No.
When deputies arrived, they say Morales was holding a shovel and a sharp-edged object and refused to put them down. Deputies say Morales then advanced towards them, leading a deputy to fatally shoot him. In a statement, the Coalition of Immokalee Farm Workers said an officer entrusted with the power over life and death by the state, armed with lethal force and backed by several fellow officers, also armed, took mere seconds to analyze a fluid situation and determine that a lone man posed such a threat that he had no choice but to take his life. Loved ones left asking why things escalated to deadly force. The whole community knew him. Anyone you ask will tell you good things about him. He never caused problems. We took that question to Florida Gulf Coast University professor David Thomas so he could explain.
What people kind of really need to understand is that if a person is armed with a shovel, a sharp object, those are considered deadly weapons.
A big question at tonight's vigil, why didn't deputies use another method to control the situation, such as a taser?
In that situation, a taser is not necessarily the right weapon because that taser doesn't always work.
But Thomas says each incident is different, and until more details are released, it's hard to fully analyze. Loved ones tonight calling on the sheriff's office to release any video footage or audio recordings of the incident and demand a thorough investigation. They didn't kill an animal, they killed a human being. I did reach out to the Collier County Sheriff's Office to request any dash cam video, but was told it's part of an active investigation. Deputies say there is a criminal and internal investigation being conducted into this shooting. In Immokalee, Sandra.Rodriguez, Fox 4, in your corner. Election officials say it's relatively easy. You just need to go onto your Supervisor of Elections website and plug in some information. Today, I sat down with one voter to make sure her vote by mail ballot was counted. So now you know it's been counted.
Oh, good.
For Nancy Duggar, voting is a task she does not take lightly.
If you want to make a difference in the world, you got to make some effort.
Last month, Duggar accidentally dropped off her ballot at Water's Edge Church in Cape Coral, thinking their locked mailbox was a designated ballot drop box. We were there as Pastor Donald Neese was able to return the ballot to Duggar.
We believe every vote counts, and so we wanted to make sure you got yours in.
Oh, thank you.
Duggar says she was able to drop off her ballot at a designated drop box, and tonight she has peace of mind knowing her vote was counted.
I feel very confident now, and I'm happy that it went through.
We sent it, when we received it, and when it was voted, or if there was a problem with it.
To check your ballot status, you'll first need to go onto your Supervisor of Elections website. For this example, we'll use Lee County. Look for a link called Check My Vote by Mail Ballot Status. Then plug in your name and birthday. Once logged in, go to upcoming elections and look for your ballot status.
And that is how we want people to track their ballot. Don't go at the polls just to see what your status is, because all you're going to do is help create a line and some confusion.
If there is an issue with your vote by mail ballot, election officials say it'll tell you.
It would show if there's a deficiency, like a omitted signature or a mismatched signature.
If the status indicates your ballot was referred to the canvassing board, you do have time to fix it.
There is a cure process, and they have until 2 days after Election Day to fix that.
If it's been several weeks since you mailed in your vote by mail ballot and it's still not showing up as received, election officials say you can vote tomorrow. For more guidance, you are advised to contact your Supervisor of Elections. Hola a todos en casa, yo soy Sandra Rodriguez y muchas gracias por acompañarme esta noche. Fue poco después de las 3 de la mañana hoy cuando oficiales llegaron al área del bloque 900 por la avenida 1 en Yuma. El departamento de policía está pidiendo la ayuda de la comunidad para localizar al conductor de un vehículo que huyó de la escena después de atropellar a un menor de edad en Yuma. Un exoficial del departamento de policía de Yuma, acusado de violar a una mujer intoxicada en San Diego, está enfrentando 16 años en prisión. Hoy Jarvis Elkins se volvió a presentar frente a la corte. Un ex empleado del condado de Yuma, quien se declaró culpable de conducta sexual con un menor, se volvió a presentar en corte este jueves para ser sentenciado.